Hey guys, it's Market Update. We'll talk about the Clarity app first. It is a big event. It's positive if it goes through. If it doesn't go through, who cares? Bitcoin doesn't need it, right? In fact, you know what? We'll probably go up if it doesn't go through because we just need to get this bloody thing done. Oh, for Christ's sake, stop. Oh, Clarity Act. Oh my God. Either pass it or don't pass it, but just get on with it. Do you know what I mean? And that's why we're in a bear market, right? So we're in a bear market because Trump's dummy son, okay, launched the most absolutely outrageous scumbag coins, Trump and Melania, right, at the top of the market. This absolute scumbag, right? And he just destroyed the whole thing because you've got the president's bozo son launching the most absolutely scumbag pump and dump coins in all of history. And then you've got lawmakers saying, what the hell is this guy doing? You want us to pass legislation making pump and dump coins millions of dollars for the president's son. We can't pass this act. This is ridiculous. So that's the whole thing. It's the bozo son is responsible for this bear market, right? They came in with these ridiculous coins, smashed the market. You can't get legislation through because of all of that, right? So that means Trump now has to not ever mention crypto ever, right? Never, no Bitcoin mentions nothing. He can't mention it at all because he's like, oh my God, everyone hates us. This is ridiculous. So his bozo greedy son has put us into this bear market and destroyed the kind of reputation of it all and everything, right? And so that's why they can't talk about it. That's why it's out of the headlines. That's why it's rudderless and there's no like direction with what's happening. So we have to live through that. We have to live through the consequences of that. And just get it done or don't get it done. Who cares, right? Just get on with it. And the certainty of it either going through or not going through is the best thing. Now, do we bottom on this event? Who cares? You're in the zone, right? The 200-week moving average, about 62K. The green line here, which, look, Bitcoin usually comes down to this actually in bear markets, you can see. So whether we come down to that or not is around 50K-ish. 66% drawdown would be 40K. This is the zone. Look at the trend. Look at the trend rate, right? Bitcoin is going to go up versus dollars. And there's going to be volatility, but who cares, right? Have a 5, 7, 10-year view. Buying at these levels in relation to the trend has always been very, very good in terms of forward returns. So you don't have to buy a lot. You're buying something here that's volatile, might go down 20, 30%. I mean, who cares at this point, right? Who cares? That's the whole point of investing. You buy something that's volatile. If it isn't volatile, it's not going to go up either. But you're buying at a depressed price in relation to the trend. You're buying kind of at or below the trend even, which is unbelievable. It's just up here, you don't want to buy too much, right? Down here, you want to step in. Oh, will the Clarity Act go through? What about quantum? Oh, is Sailor going to blow up? Irrelevant. It's all irrelevant. None of it matters because you have a 5 to 7 year view. Everything that people are talking about now, they won't be talking about in 5 years. There'll be something else to worry about. But this is a good price in relation to the trend, right? And that's it. That's it if you believe in the asset over time. And you believe that stupid bozo sons are going to be doing whatever else, and eventually it's just going to wash through. The reason I talk about Bitcoin and not individual stocks or anything like that is because I think Bitcoin has the longest term potential for desirability, right? And it's just like a stock index. Now, every single company on planet Earth has stages to its life, right? The growth phase, the cash cow stage, and then eventually it starts to get too big, right? And it's just wasteful. And this happens to every single company. And then other new companies come in and overtake it and, reduce the margins and everything like that. That's what happens with companies. Every company that's ever existed has done this and has eventually faded away. And so Bitcoin as money, in 10 years time will still be desirable as money in 15 and 20 and 25 and 50 years time. I think money is desirable, right? Gold has proved that. So in 50 years time, a lot of the companies that we're talking about now will either not exist or just not be competitive, will have been replaced. But in 50 years time, money, I think it still remains desirable as an asset. And so that's what it can actually move it consistently higher over time, despite volatility, right? So that's why I talk about Bitcoin, because of that long-term effect. And dummy sons doing stupid stuff, they can knock it for a while, but ultimately you wash through all of that, right? And the desirability of money just eventually, just persists, right? So that's why I talk about Bitcoin. If you do trade Bitcoin or TradFi assets or anything else, trade them on Bybit. Click the link in the description if you're a new user, sign up. You can sign up for free. If you make a deposit, they'll give you a deposit bonus to trade with as well. And that's up to $30,000. Like I said, it will be a positive event if it goes through. If it doesn't, we probably get a relief rally anyway, because the market's just totally fed up of this thing, right? Trying to price it in. And if it does or doesn't happen, I think you just get a relief rally where everyone says, okay, we can price it again. The status quo isn't particularly awful, only that, you got the midterms and then the next election cycle where you still have this uncertainty around crypto. But it looks like the TradFi firms are piling in here. So, do they want to get it over the line, like at this late stage? Potentially. JP Morgan seem to kind of support it here, but not particularly, right? So they say tokenization and programmable money can reduce friction in payments, shorten settlement cycles, etc. So that's great for their business. But then here it says, this is the same statement from JP Morgan, that framework must be built to last. If policy prioritizes speed over substance, it codifies clarity while leaving fundamental risks unresolved. It requires a clear-eyed understanding of that innovation and safeguards must advance together, especially as digital assets become more deeply woven into the financial system. So they're basically saying that they can take this forward without the Clarity Act, because the Clarity Act is Coinbase versus JP Morgan, right? Coinbase is saying, look, we just need this in law, and then we've got a run on JP Morgan in terms of how we're building this out. JP Morgan say, we don't want this to happen because we think we can do it and we want the monopoly. Yeah, it's just TradFi stuff, right? It's just typical market stuff where you've got an incumbent wanting to keep the monopoly and an upstart that made a bunch of money trying to lobby to destroy some of that monopoly. Look, what is crypto now? It's dollars and stocks. That's it. It's dollars and stocks trading. That's crypto. We're not getting any more launches of coins. None of that, right? None of that is happening ever again, right? It's all done, finished. So what crypto is now is dollars and stocks trading, futures, options, derivatives. All of that already exists. And if it moves on to blockchains, that's great. How much exposure do you want to financial companies and the financial industry? You probably want that as part of a broader index of other companies like tech, space, robotics, etc. Right? So basically, if you can buy like a top 10 crypto index, maybe, but you just want to put that in the NASDAQ anyway. So I think Bitcoin is unique, and every day the Clarity Act even proves this. Bitcoin is unique because it's a commodity. It's a digital asset commodity. It's not the financial system or anything like that. And that's why we're here, right? That's why I remember that I got in. That's what we used to talk about. And every day just people talk about absolute nonsense now, strategy and this and that and the other. It's like, can we get back to the core message that Bitcoin is, scarce money? It's a digital asset commodity and you can just buy it and sell it. And that's it, right? So there is only one crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin. It's going up at 30 to 40% a year, and you're buying it at that trend right now. That's it. That's the alpha. I think people eventually, long-term holders, are going to step in at some point and just say, yeah, we want to buy this. Yeah, we've got the Clarity Act, we've got the quantum thing, all of that FUD. That FUD's great. There's always FUD about money, right? There's always going to be people that try to fudge you out of your money. But ultimately, at these prices, in relation to the trend, you step in, right? You step in. If you're someone that doesn't buy up here, you're more price sensitive, you step in because this is the time, right? That's how bear markets end. You just eventually have enough people saying, I'm done with that, right? We're going to step in, we're going to buy because it's time to buy, right? Why sell down here? You don't buy up here, you don't sell down here. That's it, right? So that's what's going to end the bear market. And this Clarity Act, good luck to TradFi and all these businesses on trying to make money. It doesn't really bother me, right? I don't work for them, and I don't want to buy JP Morgan Chase stock, to be honest. I just want to buy Bitcoin. The dollar is still debasing around 10% a year or more. There are still huge deficits in the US, just like they are in Europe, UK, Canada, Australia, everywhere else. That's never going to change. They always run deficits, always, 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 right? If the government is running a surplus, that is very odd, right? That's not the normal way of things. And what will happen is that they'll start running deficits again and actually spend it. That's just the way it goes. That's how our society works. Everyone with debt loves inflation. If you have debt, you want the highest inflation possible in relation to your interest rate because it's debasing your payments. That's what you want. So this is the game. We love inflation. We want inflation. That's why it exists. That's why we create it. That's why the central banks actually say we want this inflation, but we only want inflation at 2% because what people really want is 50, 100, 2,000% inflation. They want to take the most debt possible and then just inflate that thing away. That's what people want. That's why debt will never go away. We want debt. It's part of our society. That's why the central bank's there to try and contain the amount that we want. That's it. So now that you know that humans behave like this, it's pretty easy, right? The dollar and other currencies will debase. This is how it works. And that means that fixed assets will be volatile in the short term, but will go up in value versus that. And that's it. And the volatility in Bitcoin is the other way around. So we see the Bitcoin price in dollars fluctuate and everyone gets scared. Well, great news. Okay, you can just buy some. And everyone's scared. Great news. That's what you want to buy. Right? It's a battle. It's a battle for a fixed amount of supply. And if everyone gets scared and sells, then you're winning. Right? And if everyone's massively exuberant, probably just let some go into them, right? That is the game we're playing. This is a fixed asset. It is zero sum, right? And the thing with inflation is everyone wants it. And it's the actual central banks trying to keep a lid on it, saying, look, we can't have this 1,000,000% inflation, right? But what they're going to do, just like they always do, is change things around and change the methodology and this and that and the other and just massage the numbers lower. So GS, the Goldman Sachs estimate of new PCE component, simple average of the inputs in blue, guess what? It's lower than the current components. Amazing. That's how you reduce inflation. Ta-da! Amazing. They get a new guy, in a new expensive suit, and he talks a good game, but it's bullshit. Okay? It's all fake. We know we all want inflation. We know we're printing money, right? We know that eventually the government will just print. That's it. The government is us. We vote for that. We vote for free stuff. We vote for money printing to come in. That's what we do, right? So that's the game. And the volatility of Bitcoin is a test. So if you do trade Bitcoin crypto, you can trade it on Bybit. Look, we're right at the bottom of the cycle, man. Bybit will give you a 30,000 deposit bonus if you create an account and make a deposit on there. You can click the link in the description below. I'm James, this is ManZG. Cheers for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.